As of 9:35 a.m. Eastern Time on November 10, 2025, the market is open, and shares of Nuburu, trading under the ticker BURU, are live at $0.2934. That's a modest move, up about 1% at the opening bell, but look at the volume. We are only 35 minutes into the trading session, and nearly 4.7 million shares have already changed hands. This isn't the behavior of a stock nobody is watching. This is the sign of a highly active, speculative instrument. And the most critical thing to understand right at this moment is that if you believe you are analyzing a simple industrial blue laser company, you have completely misread the situation. The story has changed, and the market is still catching up to what Nuburu is trying to become. The general expectation, the narrative that brought this company to the public market, was built on physics. The idea was that Nuburu's specialized blue light lasers were fundamentally better at processing reflective metals. Think copper, think aluminum. This technology, so the story went, was perfectly positioned to ride the wave of electric vehicle, battery manufacturing, consumer electronics assembly, and advanced 3D printing. Investors bought into a future where Nuburu lasers were humming away in gigafactories, welding copper foils, spatter-free. They saw a high-tech hardware company. When you look at the stock chart, which has collapsed from its highs and now trades well below $1, the expectation is that this venture failed, that the technology didn't find its market, and that this is just another casualty of a tough capital environment. But here is the reality, and it is entirely different. The reality is that Nuburu is in the midst of a radical, high-stakes pivot. The company you see today is not just a laser company. It is attempting a rapid transformation into a diversified defense technology and security firm, built almost entirely through a string of recent acquisitions. The original blue laser business is almost becoming a legacy component, a piece of intellectual property that is being folded into a much broader and frankly completely different corporate strategy. This isn't a story about physics anymore. It's a story about mergers, acquisitions, and a desperate attempt to build a new company on the foundation of the old one's public listing. The volatility we're seeing isn't about new laser orders, it's about press releases announcing new strategic moves. Let's trace the recent activity because it's the only way to understand the pressure on this stock. The past 30 days have been a whirlwind of corporate action. On October 13th, the company received a warning letter from the NYSE American Exchange regarding compliance issues, a serious threat for a stock at this price level. That's the kind of news that sends traders on Robinhood or SoFi Invest running for the exits. But then, just 3 days later, on October 16th, the company announced it had resolved the compliance issue. This back-and-forth whipsawed the stock and highlighted the precarious position it's in. Then, the new strategy kicked into high gear. On October 22nd, the company announced a strategic alliance with Maddox Defense, a joint venture focused on next-generation drone technologies. This single press release caused a 25% surge in pre-market trading, as the market tried to price in this entirely new defense angle. Just over a week later, on October 31st, the company completed the first phase of acquiring Orbit S.r.l, an Italian software-as-a-service or SaaS company. Nuburu spent $1.5 million to acquire an initial 10.7% stake. Then, just last week, on November 6th, we got the follow-up, a press release stating the company was strengthening its balance sheet and advancing this new defense tech acquisition program. This is the real driver. Nuburu created a new entity, Nuburu Defense LLC, which is now the hub for this activity. This isn't a stock you buy and hold in your Schwab Intelligent Portfolios account. This is a high-frequency, news-driven trading vehicle. It's the kind of stock that requires constant monitoring on a platform like Interactive Brokers, where execution speed on small price movements is critical. The volume we see today is the market processing this flood of information. Is this a brilliant pivot or a desperate Hail Mary? The investment thesis has been completely rewritten. You have to ask yourself, is a company that was struggling to commercialize lasers really equipped to suddenly manage a complex international roll-up strategy involving SaaS, military hardware, and drones? This kind of high-risk self-investing is a world away from the relative stability of a Tesla stock or Apple stock. This is the deep end of speculation. Many investors who use platforms like Fidelity or look for Fidelity ETFs are practicing online investing with a long-term horizon. The current activity in BURU is the opposite of that. It's about rapid, almost frantic corporate reinvention. So, what did Nuburu actually do before this pivot, and why was the change necessary? The original business model was, on paper, compelling. Nuburu developed and manufactured high-power industrial blue lasers. The core science is sound. Blue light's shorter wavelength is absorbed much more efficiently by metals like copper, gold, and aluminum, which are highly reflective to the infrared lasers that dominate the market. This high absorption means less heat waste, faster processing, and higher quality welds without the spatter that plagues infrared welding. The target markets were obvious and large: e-mobility, welding battery cells, bus bars and motor components, consumer electronics, packaging delicate sensors, and advanced 3D printing. Investors bought into a future where Nuburu lasers were humming away in gigafactories, welding copper foils spatter-free. They saw a high-tech hardware company. Looking at their past performance, the revenue generation has been, to put it mildly, anemic. The company has been burning through cash at an alarming rate, with significant net losses quarter after quarter. The financials from 2023 and 2024 paint a picture of a company with high R&D costs and minimal sales, with total revenue figures that were shockingly small. The pivot wasn't an option, it was a necessity. The company was facing an existential crisis. The original expectation was shattered by the reality of their income statement. This brings us to the future outlook, which is now a binary proposition. The company is executing what it calls a transformation plan, funded by dilutive financing, including a $12 million public offering back in September. This plan, led by new management, is to create a dual business model. On one side, you have hardware, the drone venture with Maddox, and potentially integrating their blue lasers into military-grade vehicles. On the other side, you have software. The acquisition of Orbit gives them a platform in operational resilience, a SaaS model they hope to sell to defense and critical infrastructure clients. They even announced they are looking to acquire another blue laser business, this time to get a fully operational entity with engineers and an existing customer base, essentially rebooting their original mission, but through acquisition rather than internal growth. The potential catalyst here is that they actually pull it off. If Nuburu Defense starts announcing actual contracts, if the Orbit SaaS platform begins to show real consolidated revenue, management has guided for $500,000 in billings in the fourth quarter of 2025. Then the market will be forced to revalue this as a legitimate defense tech growth story. A successful execution here, combining proprietary laser tech with new defense applications, could be a massive turnaround. This is the narrative the bulls are clinging to. Many investment sites will light up if a sub-30-cent stock starts announcing multi-million-dollar defense contracts. However, the risks are profound and cannot be understated. First, there is massive execution risk. This is an incredibly complex pivot. Managing international acquisitions, integrating different company cultures, and breaking into the notoriously difficult defense sector is a monumental task for any company, let alone a small cash-burning entity that was recently non-compliant with its stock exchange. Second, the dilution is severe. They are funding this transformation by selling stock, which puts constant downward pressure on the price and diminishes the value of existing shares. This is not Nvidia stock, where buybacks are a regular occurrence. This is survival. And third, there is simply the risk of failure. The acquisitions could be duds, the integration could fail, and the contracts may never materialize. All the while, the cash burn continues. And finally, the stock price itself is a risk. Trading under $1 for an extended period puts them at constant risk of delisting. A reverse stock split is almost certainly in their future to regain compliance, a move that is almost always a negative signal to the market. This is not a stock for an individual brokerage account that you check once a quarter. Many investors look for investment help through Fidelity Wealth Management or automated intelligent portfolio services to build stable, long-term positions in things like Fidelity mutual funds. This stock is the antithesis of that. It is a speculative bet on a management team's ability to perform corporate surgery in public in real time. What's your take on this strategy? Comment below. Do you think this pivot into defense and SaaS is a brilliant turnaround or a desperate last-ditch effort? In the end, we are left with a stark contrast. The expectation was that Nuburu was a failed hardware company, a story of promising technology that just couldn't find its footing in the industrial market. The stock price reflects that failure. But the reality is that the original company is effectively a shell, a publicly traded vehicle